Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back after a short break. Welcome to the talk show. If you're new here, we would appreciate if you liked, subscribed, shared with your friends, and also engaged us in the comment section. Today we are discussing engines and types of engines. This topic is as diverse. So let's see what we will be able to cover today. Majorly, there are two types of engines. There is either a petrol engine or a diesel engine. A petrol engine, it suffices to say, uses petrol primarily, whilst a diesel engine uses diesel fuel. What is the mechanics that goes into powering your vehicle? Or what kind of magic happens so that your vehicle moves forward? An engine, be it petrol or diesel, is what is referred to as an internal combustion engine. Air goes into the engine, fuel goes into the engine, and then there is some spark. There is an explosion. The explosion pushes the piston. The piston turns the crank, and magic happens. Your wheel starts turning. There is the straight or inline engine. There is a V engine, and there is the W engine. There is also something called a boxer engine, and there is a rotary engine. But the most common types of engines we have on the vehicles on the road in Kenya is the inline, be it inline 4, inline 6. There is the V, V6, V8, V10, V12. And then there is the boxer. Boxer, there is 4 and 6. You might be hearing these terms for the first time and you're wondering what vehicle uses what. Let me break it down for you further. Straight or inline engine is whereby the pistons are aligned in a straight line in the box. So you have piston 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in one line. That is an inline engine. An inline engine, you will find it in, it's the most common type of engine. Small trucks, most small cars, lorries, most of them you will find they have an inline, be it either inline 4 petrol or an inline 4 diesel. The NZ series, NZE, there is in Toyota, there is the 1KD, 1KZ, there is 5L, 3L. All those engines, they are inline engines. When it comes to V engines, you have the GR series, 3GR, 4GR, 2GR. You have the Mercedes also. Benz have the 272, if I'm not wrong, is a V6. There is M112, is also a V engine. So all those engines, the configuration is two pistons on this side, some pistons on this side and some pistons on this side, so they form like a V. So if it's a V6, you have three on one side, three on one side. If it's a V8, you have four on one side, four on one side. So it's like two inline engines that are merged. There's also the BAM, the V5. It's two on this side, three on this side. That one is Audis and some VWs. Then there is the W engine. The W engine is like joining two V engines. So you have this side and this side, this side and this side to give you the W shape. That one is in there's some Bentleys, Bugattis. It's at the top of the pyramid because, as you can assume, having a W engine, you will be demanding quite some power from that engine. There is also the Boxer engine. Boxer engine is a flat engine. You have pistons that push in alternating directions. The pioneer or the mother of the Boxer engine is none other than the Volkswagen Beetle. Modern vehicles with the Boxer engine, the Subarus. So you have your EJ15, your EJ20, your EJ25s. All those are Boxer engines. So in a Boxer engine, you will have pistons pushing in alternating directions. So the profile of the engine is very short and you have a very wide engine, but the height isn't so much. So that is why, for example, if you look at the nose of say the Subaru Forester, it has a very slick bonnet because inline engines tend to have a higher profile, but V and Boxer engine tend to be a bit compact. Something else we ought to discuss, or something you've heard. Maybe you've heard this one is a turbo engine and this is a non-turbo engine. A non-turbo engine is a naturally aspirated engine. So it just pulls air from the engine, from the atmosphere into the engine. But now, a turbo engine, you have now the turbo spooling and forcing air into the combustion chamber. What a turbo engine does is that basically it increases the flow of air into the engine, hence more oxygen into the chamber, and so with more oxygen comes a richer spark, and a richer spark means the explosion is bigger and more power. We will tackle turbos intricately in the next episode. There's also something called a supercharger. A supercharger is basically a turbo, not necessarily a turbo, but some form of induction where air is forced into the engine. But now the difference between a supercharger and a turbo is that a turbo is pulled by hot gases so that the fan can push air into the engine. A supercharger is belt driven, same principle. A fan pushes air into the engine for more power. There are two types of fuel delivery into the engine. There is a carburetor, and then there is electronic fuel injection. A carburetor basically is a device that mixes fuel and air and pushes it into the combustion chamber. So with a carburetor, you have to tune it so that you have the right mix of air and fuel going into your engine. Carburetor is mostly associated with all vehicles, whilst electronic fuel injection or EFI is associated with new vehicles. In the EFI, there is a computer that regulates the amount of air and the amount of fuel being delivered in your engine. Also, in an EFI, you find a computer is also controlling the firing sequence in your engine so that you end up having the correct firing ratio, because there is a sequence of how your engine fires so that the pistons go up and down and they turn the crank so that you have power to your engine. So let us explore a question that has been asked. Is a V engine more costly to run than an inline? The answer is necessarily no and yes. It depends, again, with the make of the engine, the size of the bore, or the what you call the engine capacity, the displacement of the engine. You can have an inline 4 that is 2.4 and a V engine that is 2.0. Definitely the 2.0 will be more economical than the inline 4. Also, an inline 6 cannot compare with the power output. With that knowledge, here are the things you're supposed to look out for to lengthen the lifespan of your engine. One, ensure that you use the manufacturer prescribed oil on your engine. And two, always check your spark plugs, and when they have come to their time for replacement, do replace them. In some models, there's something that is called a timing belt, belt-driven engines. Be sure to ensure that you check on your belts from time to time, and if they are worn, replace your timing belt, because your timing belts is what keeps your firing sequence in your engine. So that applies to 5A, 4A, 5E, 7A, 5L, 3L, a couple of engines that are belt driven. If your engine is belt driven, not chain driven, you're supposed to be checking that, because belts at times tend to snap in the most inconvenient time. So that is something you should look out for. Also, the oil filter. Make sure when you're doing your service, you use the recommended oil filter for your engine. And with that, we get to end this episode. I hope you have learned a thing or two about engines, and also you have now an insight, or you have gained more insight into what an engine is. Our shoot location, as always, is at the Road Trip Lounge. Come, have a good time, enjoy the ambience, and they are now serving bar meals, so you should check the food out. Food is amazing, the drinks too, and the staff are very friendly.